Hey, what's going on, guys? gdoggcasey here, bringing you another channel update video. I'm going to be taking a bit of a casual approach to this and just kind of shooting the shit a little bit. And, you might hear my dog in the background. He's sitting with me, and I'm not really taking anything too seriously, but I just wanted to have a chat and just, you know, talk about what's been going on with the channel, what some of my future ideas are going to look like, and basically, I really like the idea of having like a monthly channel update. I used to do it a lot in the past. I've talked about that in the past. I've brought it up in channel updates, so not trying to beat a dead horse either. But for those who may not be familiar, anyway, I want to bring that back, regardless of how much activity is happening on the channel. I like the idea of just coming over here and just having a chat and talking about what I want to do and my thoughts and stuff like that. So yeah, and a couple things. I was going over the channel analytics just before recording, and I noticed some interesting things. So my Final Fantasy Sastasha video is still just vastly outperforming every other video I've ever made in my life. It's like my it's like a ghost from my past that just like I feel like I'll never be able to do better than. Which is funny, but also it's not like I don't appreciate it. I'm super happy that this video is still gaining the most attention on my channel. It's funny because like when I watch this video and I go back, I just kind of cringe a little bit because some of the ideas that I had in that tanking video I don't necessarily agree with anymore. I think I was kind of over explaining, or not over explaining, but I was like being overly safe and like basically directing my party which mob to hit with the signs and stuff like that, and none of that is really necessary. But anyway, I just find it kind of funny, and I feel like maybe I can go back and do that video over again, a little more polished up and a little more relevant. But who knows, maybe in the future. Right now I'm not planning on it because I have many other plans for the future. But I just thought that was funny. And another thing too is, for some reason, I don't know what happened here, Baldur's Gate episode 9 is just like, it's got 162 views, which is like 155 views more than pretty much any other video in that series. Maybe I'm overstating that a little bit, but still, it's like for some reason this particular episode has just like gotten a lot of engagement, or a lot compared to the rest of the video. So I don't know what's happening with that, but kind of interesting. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about the types of things that you're probably seeing on screen right now, because this past month has been actually pretty interesting in terms of how I've kind of set up my office and the different tools that I now have available. Because I picked up a capture card. I got the Elgato HD60S capture card, and I got a new TV to go with it, because I wanted to find the best way that I can set up my office area where I could record PC games and I could also record PS4 and Switch games, and in the future a PS5. I did not bite on the PS5 right away. I've never really done that with consoles. I've always just waited. I've got enough stuff going on right now that I want to complete. So I'm not dying to get the PS5. I think Demon Souls, at first, it was kind of, I was thinking like it would be really fun to play a remastered Demon Souls, but then I just watched some videos on it and I kind of got my fix that way, and I can wait. I will get one in the future, but it's not necessary. But I got this capture card so that I can expand my ideas for what I want to do on this channel. And I've been doing a lot of watching video essays on different games. Like some of my favorite video essay people on YouTube, Never Knows Best, makes like fantastic video essays, almost always about games that I already have an interest in. And I also really like Matthew Matosis, who does long form analysis as well. And there's a bunch of other people on YouTube that I've come across and I've enjoyed their videos. And I started thinking like it would be really cool if I could at least dabble into that. And I have tried before. I have a Code Vein video that I think was okay, but it could use some work. And I think even the videos that I'm working on right now, you know, I don't like I don't hold myself very highly in terms of like how the videos look in comparison to some of these really good video essay people on YouTube, but I'm just taking a stab at it anyway. And I've actually already got one that's very close to complete, that should be coming out reasonably soon. And I'm really excited to just get that out there and kind of have that completed. But it's been really fun working on it and learning. And, you know, I have another one that is ready to go in the works. Basically, the gameplay and footage is all recorded, everything that I need. And I'm ready to move on to writing the essay and stuff like that. So I'm really excited for that. It's kind of like, you know, I've basically almost finished one, and the second one is like over halfway done. So that's exciting, and I plan on, with this new setup that I have, to basically just expand that by a large amount. One of the things that I've always kind of had a bit of a issue with is that my interests always kind of rotate to different types of games, right? And I have these rotations that can take me in vastly different places. Like, I will be for a couple months, I'll be hardcore into StarCraft 2, and I'll be practicing every day and trying to get good and streaming it. And then eventually I'm just like, you know, it's not doing it for me. So I move to iRacing and I get into that. And then I'm like, you know what, all this competitive stuff, I'm just going to relax. I'm going to play Baldur's Gate, and I'm going to like finish this game. And basically, it's all gaming related, but it's all sorts of different types of games, right? Like, I just have an interest in so many games that I never end up being able to really complete many of them. But that has changed recently, and I've definitely improved my ability to focus on completing more games. Even this year, I completed Final Fantasy VII Remake. I completed Devil May Cry 5. I completed a few others. The funny thing is, I actually wrote out a list of all the games that I had completed, and then my computer actually crashed, like for the first time in like 5-6 months, and I lost the little list I wrote, which sucks. But there was a lot of games, or a lot more games than I would have expected that I've completed. I've been getting much better at that. So, if I want to continue to complete these games, I have a giant list of games that I really need to finish. Why not just record the gameplay? And one mistake I had made in the past was that wasn't the idea that I went with. The idea was more, if I want to play the game, why don't I do a let's play, right? Because I can record while I'm playing, and it seems more efficient that way. But let's plays, I've gone over this in previous videos, I just don't think that, like, as much as I tried to bash my head against that particular aspect of YouTube, I just don't think it's going to work for me. So instead, what I've been doing is just whatever game I feel like playing, whether it's Devil May Cry, whether it's Ghost of Tsushima, whether it's Dark Souls, or some of the other games that you're seeing happening in the background, if I feel like playing that game, why don't I just play that game and just record the footage casually? I don't record my voice, I sit back, I play, I can, you know, I get up and leave every once in a while so I can go see my family and shit, and I don't have to worry too much about, like, that I'm presenting in a let's play or in a streaming format. So it really allows me to just relax while gaming and still enjoy what I'm doing and not necessarily have to commit until I'm ready. And what I've actually done is I've compiled the list that I'm not going to go over all the specifics here because maybe the list will change, but the idea is that I don't change it. And I've given myself a bunch of games that are on my rotation right now, and they fill some different roles, so I can play whatever game I feel like and just start recording it while I'm playing. And all the while, all that recording is going to serve towards later on, once I've completed the game, that I can write a video essay on it and release that video to YouTube. And it sounds like, just right now, the mindset that I'm in, and now that I finally have a setup around me that can contribute pretty well to that. It's not perfect yet. My audio is pretty much the next thing that I gotta work on, because this there's a lot of things that kind of go on with the audio. I noticed that my mic like picks up the noise my computer makes. It's just not, you know, it's something that I can work on, so maybe in the future. But it doesn't have to be perfect right now while I'm just kind of practicing, right? So these essays that I'm going to be releasing are my early kind of practice attempts, and I'm going to just try to get better as I go. And if it sticks, then it sticks. It doesn't even have to necessarily do well on the channel. If I feel like I was pretty happy with it, then that's all I really care about. And it's a really cool way to kind of like seal off that game, you know? Like when you've completed a game, that's one thing, but when you've completed a game and then you've written a video essay on it and then, you know, edited clips and made a presentation about it, you can then say that you've truly completed it, and you can put it away, and, you know, you don't have to worry about missing out anymore on that. And there are so many games that I've missed out on, and so many games that I was never able to make videos on just because I never had this capture card. So it was kind of stupid that I waited this long to get it. It wasn't even really that expensive, but it was more about the setup in my office that was difficult to figure out. But we've got it to a spot now where I'm excited. So yeah, that's kind of the main thing I really wanted to talk about in this video update, or this channel update, was to just let you know that these are my plans. And because of the nature of, you know, the idea of completing all the games before making videos on them, that means that there's going to be no schedule at all. It's going to just happen when it happens. That's another thing too that I kind of like about this style, because when you're doing Let's Play styles or when you're streaming on a schedule, there's a lot of pressure to maintain that. And then when you see that it's not really working initially, it's not necessarily helping you in any way, it starts to feel like a bit of a waste of time, and then you just feel like you don't want to do it. You know, and it's difficult. Like, some people can persevere through that, and then they eventually start gaining traction over a long period of time, and then they finally are where they want to be. And I understand that if I were able to stick it out like that, it's possible that I could eventually achieve something like that. But I've tried so many times now and failed that it's so much better for me to just try to take a much different approach. And with this one, if there's a particular day or even a week that I feel like I need a break from it, I can do that, and then I can just come back and get back to it anyway. My footage is all there. I can record whatever game I want to play. There's no pressure of just recording my gameplay. So I can do that, and it can all serve to work in the future in some video, right? So that is what I want to do, and I'm kind of excited about it. I'm hoping it's going to stick, and I'm going to be able to start actually producing content that makes me proud. And I'm sure that once that starts happening, you know, it's possible. Who knows what can happen with the channel. But really the point is, it's just like a hobby that I really have fun with, you know, and I'm trying to get better at. So I think that's pretty much all that I need to get into now. It's actually a bit shorter than I thought it would be, and a bit shorter than some of my previous update videos are, but that's kind of the main thing I wanted to talk about, is how I plan on operating the channel in the future, and my hopes and dreams about it and all that. So yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to some of the videos, and I can, like, rest assured, if you've seen a video clip of a game, then it's possible / probable that it is one of the games I'm gonna one day be working on. So, or maybe I've already worked on it. So if you have any other suggestions for games you think might be good, I do already have a pretty massive list of games that are important for me, in my opinion, to get done. But any other games I can easily add to the list, and, you know, I'd be happy to look into stuff. So yeah, that's going to do it for this update. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying, or hope you enjoyed the video, I mean. And that's going to do it for this one. So yeah, I'll talk to you in the next video.
Ready?